All right. Hello, everybody. Today, I am going to show my forever world, Ellisguard, with all of my friends' bases and my bases and all of our creations over the course of a long time. Like I said, we started before the Happy Ghast was. I think that was the next big patch that, or like build that came after we had started this world. Um, and I think it was like, yeah. So I mean, we had like copper that was added, happy gas was added, spears, and all of that stuff. So a lot of us, like, I just made like a spear and stuff. Like it had been a long time. But anyways, so we're gonna do a little bit of a tour. I do have an elytra, but I'm going to try to walk to most of the places and kind of explain the history of the place as I do the tour. And then I'll do a flyover afterwards, which I think will be really cool to show kind of everybody's styles and all of that. There's a few people that don't play on the realm anymore, but it'll be really fun. So let's let's get going. I don't know how long this is going to take, but we're not going to do a timer because we don't have to. So yeah. All right. So first off, I'm going to sleep. You can already see some of the builds. So this is, I chose a build that would have some snowy, icy mountains up here. Let's see if I can go to and show it from here. So we got like icy mountains, and then we have these trees here, like the cherry blossoms. That's what it is. So when I was initially the first person on this server, whoopsies, you know what? I'm gonna take off my elytra. Here's my full netherite armor, my netherite sword with sharpness 5, my big boy mining, 3 fortune, 5 efficiency, 3 unbreaking, and unmending. Efficiency 4 and 3 unbreaking netherite axe. Efficiency 4, 3 unbreaking, mending shovel. Yeah, just we got a lot. So anyways, I started probably around here somewhere, and I kind of went down here, and I was like, you know what? Let's just chop some trees down, and let's make a starter base. Hello. Perfect. So then I was like, let's make a starter base. So I kind of did like a little build with some cobblestone, the cherry blossom logs, some cherry blossom planks, a staircase inside. I started gathering these as I went. So I had like 5 patrols I had taken down. I built a bunch of chests, and then I kind of made it like a supplies for all. Now they're mostly empty because no one really comes back here. I have a bed here for people to kind of come and sit at. Looks like there was an Enderman in here. But then I built this with all the glass. I thought it'd be cool to have like a 360 view. It was actually a pretty good starter home that I really enjoyed making. We also made some items here. I started making some builds around here. This was a well. It had like a little bit more intricate stuff. But some people, there was a few griefers, unfortunately, on the realm. Made some sugarcane farms. Kind of went over here and made some wheat farms. And then I also made potato farms. And these were all kind of communal, like I said. We're missing a fence there. Got carrots. Then we got some beetroots there. When I eventually got to a desert, I found some cactus. And I started making like a little cactus farm there. Got some more wheat up here. And then over here, I did watermelon and pumpkins, so we would always have those. And then I built my little farm here, which I utilized some of the pale oak with some, it looks like, is that dark oak? Yeah, dark oak. So I had dark oak, and then I kind of made like a Neapolitan, so I went dark oak into cherry, into some pale oak. That's kind of a fun idea. I have a lot of black sheeps over here. And I took out a lot of my animals that I had here for like farming purposes later on. But that was this. You know what? I don't know why this isn't here anymore. Also, there were supposed to be stairs here. Anyway, so the pathway comes down here, past all my farms. And this is one of my builds I ended up doing. Was a little storage garage out of deep slate brick. I think this is this quartz? Whoopsies. Yeah, block of quartz. So we got my boom, but then we got a block of quartz from the nether. And then I made a garage door. So you can get in here. And this was where all my storage was for a bit. I just had a bunch of chests out. But I wanted to eventually make an updated base, which I did. But it's really cool. Redstone garage door. Was fun to build it. Fun to use it. Did a lot of exploring and ended up finding a big lush cave with some axolotls. And decided to make an axolotl aquarium. Thought this was really cool. So I like the smooth stone glass blocks. I also really liked when I was able to get those cerulean blocks. Initially I started with like lava. So there's lava back there, and then it kind of puts a little bit of light in, but those are better for like aquarium stuff. So I found a few, and then I even bred 2 of them and got another yellow one, because I had 1 of each, and then got another yellow. I built this tower to kind of show with a symbol on there, the swirl, which is like mine. So this is polished quartz and then polished granite. Or block of quartz and then polished granite. Right here, I did an entrance to the mines out of polished deep slate. We got more blocks just kind of around here everywhere. Made myself an elevator shaft. This one, you got a free fall into water. We got a skeleton farm that I built early on. It was kind of nice to see that there was one right here. I think what I did is I went down into a cave and then got to a certain point. And then right about here, I dug straight up. Or near here, I dug straight up, and then I decided to make a whole mine shaft entrance here. But I'll show you this. I did a lot of mining down here. Right here is my skeleton farm, up this way. It was always tricky for people to find for some reason. But, oh yeah. It's even tricky for me to find sometimes. But see, it's right in here. And then you go down this elevator. I built this all myself. I finally got my own elevator. Which is exciting. I'll put those there. I'll keep the rotten flesh, actually. I don't want to... I just have random chests everywhere now. But anyways, so this was a skeleton spawner I found. I turned it into a farm. That was exciting, because then you can get some levels there. Not the most efficient, but it's not bad. But yeah, then... Hopefully the clicking isn't too bad. Yeah, so a lot of different pathways, and then I built the elevator back up. Which you use soul sand, and then you have to make all of these source blocks of water. So you can pour water, and it goes all the way down, but then what you do is you put kelp in it, and they become source blocks of water. So yeah, really cool. That's my little place. Then, yeah, I'll show you this next. This was one of our first guys. His name was Schwitzy, and he built himself a little farm. He ended up building a second base after this, but he built himself a farm, had some stuff going on here, and then kind of stopped with this build and went to another build. Some of our newer stuff we got here, which I haven't made pathways to, is this guy right here is my automatic kelp farm, which should have, it has a decent amount, but it doesn't have a lot. I need to get some more kelp. But anyways, I use kelp blocks, burnt kelp blocks to make more kelp, and it ends up being pretty efficient. You always make a little bit more kelp, but I am never around this area long for it to work. I need to have something that allows it to work when I'm not here. Wait, we're missing a staircase. There was a creeper incident. This is my, here, I'll show you. Pretty cool. We got smooth, whoa, staircase, forgot about this. Polished, or smooth stone, polished deep slate, and then spruce logs, and then spruce stairs. And then inside here is our map of the world. So I'm facing the direction that it works. I guess any direction, if this is the way. But we're kind of where this green dot is right now. And this is kind of the area I've been showing you so far. It's this little area. And it expands all the way down here. And it expands over this way. And it expands over this way. There's even more over this way that I'd love to get on a map eventually. But like I said, I love maps. So yeah, let's continue our little journey. I did want to make this. I thought this was pretty cool. A sensory deprivation room. Black concrete. It's really hard to see with. So when you go inside and you go straight back here, it just looks like a black room. I love it. And you can't tell how long it is, how big it is. But then there's the doors. And then, so if you're facing in one direction, it's completely dark. And the other way, it's not. But then over this way, we did have a pathway that actually walks this direction. And we can get over to my automatic smelter that I made. Yeah, oh, I just barely made it with everything. That's cool. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. We'll just grab a whole block of 20. I need to take that over. But yeah, so far, that's what we got. I'll show you what I do with this, though. So I burn the kelp, and then I craft it into blocks, and then I put the blocks here, and then they make more burnt kelp, and so these burn 20 per block. 9 creates a second block, so I create 2 blocks every 1 block smelted. And so that's a pretty good combo. I decided it'd be pretty fun to farm some glowstone, and I built a giant cross up on the mountain. I thought that was really cool. It's just a giant glowstone cross. Shines up in the dark, during the day, all of that. Apologies for that. This giant crater here has a history with it, actually. So my brother decided to build a little courthouse and said that I was accused of using X-ray or something like that to get some of my stuff. And so he built a thing where he was going to say, you know, this is where we're going to do your jury or your judge thing. And no one was on. It was just me at the time. And I was like, oh, this is actually a really nice build. It was really like cool. I walked inside. I said, oh man, this is nice, jumping around. And then I started to walk out and I realized I couldn't get out. And a pressure plate that I had stepped on had a bunch of TNT underneath it, and it blew up the entire house. My brother was trying to get my character killed. The one issue with that was that I was wearing some armor that had blast protection, like that, fire protection. So I actually survived the original explosion, and my brother was a little upset at that, but it was pretty funny. It was funny all around. Anyways, down here is where I did use some end stone to block up a giant hole, because this goes way down into a cave. And I was flying into here, so I didn't want to, like, fall to my death. But this is my little house I built. I did follow a guide, but it does help me kind of do a little bit better sometimes. Some builds, I'll tell you if I used a guide or not for any of my builds, but this is my one that I've used a guide. Got my potions here, wind charge, water breathing, dragon's breath, from doing the end dragon, the ender dragon. Got all of my stuff. I got a lot of diamond in this world. And yeah, I got my dog, Missy, and I got my parrot, Polly. And I loved how they showed how to design this. You use armor stands and like pistons to make it look like you got stuff on a shelf. Got little flowers and plants and everything with my bed. Got a bunch of different music discs, which is super fun. My ender chest has my shulker boxes, which I'm going to be turning this smooth stone into more stuff, which will be really cool. Into a giant warehouse. I want to build a Amazon warehouse in this world where I have like an automatic sorting system with like water and redstone and all of that stuff. So yeah, that's currently my base that I kind of use. I will go in this direction. I'm going to kind of show most of my builds, and then I'll eventually show other people's builds. So this was my last big project that I did before I took a break on the server. It was kind of my big thing that I wanted to do. Oh yeah, someone started digging out a whole chunk. Oh no! So then I started doing it as well. Okay, I'm gonna use an elytra to get out of here because I don't have a seat. Ouch, ouch. Just hitting myself all over the place. Okay. So, we got this over here, which, like I said, is the last thing I did before I took my big break, and then I started up the server again and started doing some other small things. Haven't got too far into any of those, but this is my horse riding arena, or horse racing arena. We got... I have a feeling there's supposed to be one there. Anyways, get in here. This is kind of the entryway, and then you get in, and boom, you got your little track that I made. I made like a little viewing deck so people could view from above, which is really cool. And then I have all of my horses down here. I also have my concession stands. Also, this is going to be like a little storage place or something. Then I got my concession stands where people can get food. Then we have... This is all my own idea. I did not use a build idea for this. That's how you can tell, because it doesn't look the greatest. No, I actually really like how I did this. I felt like I did pretty good. Except, I have dirt here that I think I want to switch out with some stone. I think the idea was... I kind of wanted to show that I built into a wall or something. But I could probably do something with that. But yeah, I got my very strong prize horse. Pretty fast. Black lightning. Pretty fast. Fast as heck. Some of these ones are all my not that fast jumps for days. Yeah, I got a bunch of wheat in the middle because I was like, oh, that's cool with the have something in the middle. This is also my little ice cream parlor or cake parlor or something, but it was supposed to be like a little, like if people are on the backside of the racing arena, they can go and get some other types of food up here, which I thought that was really cool. I kind of wanted to make some viewing boxes as well, but I got to figure out how to implement those. But yeah, so like the Kentucky Derby. I didn't even use a picture reference. I just made a little arena down here, and then I made a giant wall around it to show that it's like encased, and then got my horses in and concession stands. I really like this. This took a long time. I actually live streamed a lot of the building of this, and I actually got a raid, which was really cool when I did it. So I really liked that. But again, I really like this like opening area, all the snow, and then the pink cherry blossoms. I thought it was a cool combo. Alright, I think we should see some other people's bases. Actually, I'm kind of close, and I'll come back this way. There's like a way over there that leads to some exploration that I did, and I made some pathways. So I'll show that after this. So let's go look at some other buildings. You might have seen some things in the distance and been like, what is that? But one of them is this giant inverted pyramid, which... Again, I will get to. Alright. Let's go up this way. I'm missing stairs. I gotta fix some of this. Some of my stairs are still missing, which is annoying. But yeah, let's get over here. This is a pathway one of my brothers made. Some of you might know him, Star Wars Oddball. He shows up in the stream sometimes. He also comments on some of these Minecraft videos. But he built this giant path between his base and my base. So we're going to go there. And then I'm not going to go inside this person's base. But there is a little house right here from one of the people on the server. He kind of came in, did a few days, built this little house, did some mining, and then didn't really log back in. But this whole path was built by Oddball. I think he did a great job. Got a little bit of archways and stuff, which is super cool. You can see my automatic smelter down there, which is cool. When I fly, I'll show you, but there's a glowstone on the top, and it's like in a checkered formation, so it glows on the inside. That's what helps with it. But then it also looks like a place that you can have some lights and stuff. This is my brother's giant. My other brother goes by Zafara, King Zafara. He's the one that I had the little competition with at the beginning of my series of Minecraft videos. But he built this giant. What does it say here? Zafara Petroid Pyramid of Pain, Persistence, Progress. Hotel Dunas coming soon. Which the completion of Hotel Dunas never came to fruition. But he's got a lot of supplies in here. And he's got like a cool little, you know, entry point. Kind of natural feeling. I think what he was going to do was he was going to make this like an actual hotel where there was like individual rooms, which I kind of wish that he would come back and finish that. That'd be super cool. And then he made like a center staircase that goes down into different levels. How far down does it go? Into the wood, which unfortunately a little flammable. Thank goodness no one has tried to burn it down. But here's the bottom, which is cool. Cool place to maybe have storage lockers for the hotel guests and stuff. And then you go back up, you got the main level. And then if we continue going up, we go into his gigantic atrium here. I'm pretty sure this is just polished deep stone or deep slate. He's still got a little bit of an opening there, but yeah. And then the staircase goes all the way up to the top, where it's just flat on the top. But I'm sure he could make a cool like. Oh, I was just thinking of a cool idea. He could do like one of those like garden restaurants on top of hotels. That would look so cool up there. Build some like trees and like, oh man, little like plants, like azalea bushes and stuff, and oh man, that would be so sweet. I'll try to see if I can convince him to come back on the server. I would love to have more people back on the server. There was a lot at one point. I mean, we would have like almost 10 people on some days, building and hanging out and doing adventures together. I will show this monolith of a base. This is the... What direction is this? This is facing east. So this is the eastmost direction of one of our premier builders on the server. He goes by First Fool. I will showcase his base. Definitely deserves a flyover later. Him and Oddball have the two, I think, best bases in the game. Oh, we got a horse here. Oh, that looks like Oddballs. But yeah, this is the east entrance to the Kingdom of First Fool. No, where did he go? But yeah, so we will get to that eventually. Over this way, we're going to head over to Star Wars Oddball's house. And yeah, so let's do that. And again, this pathway, very nice. I like how it gets a little more rugged over here. But you got like the lanterns along the way. Very, very aesthetically pleasing. I love the pathways. I also love showing this realm off to people. It's got a lot of time and enjoyment put into it. We got someone's base up there. I will show that eventually. He's the guy that's on right now. He's been building his base up there on the cliffside. But here we go. Oddball's base. The Kingdom of Oddball, which again, look at all this. We have so many Endermen. So, he built his house initially into the mountainside and then extended out, building the walls. Looks like he's got a horse stable here. Look at all these name tags he's got. Shadowfax, Firebrand, Snowmane, Midnight, Storm Sky. Then he had Constantine up there. Down this way, got like some natural staircases. Got a little bit of a forge here. That's pretty cool. I like how this looks. Yeah. But yeah, he's even got like the river gate and everything. Man, the amount of time that he put in, I'm really impressed. So also take a chance and go over to Oddball's channel and see some of his old live streams from when he was building on this. And I think he might be doing some more later on. I'm gonna check something. Okay, I'm gonna really quickly mute this. This is a little bit of a... Oh no, I'm gonna mute this. You're not gonna be able to hear for just a second, except for my voice. Oh. Okay, figured it out. I couldn't remember. F3. I want to do in overlay. Because I didn't want to see my biome in the top left anymore. I was kind of getting tired of that. Okay. So anyways, yeah, we got his base here. We got some more stuff. We got... Where'd he go? Boom. Trying to get some looks like we got his cat in here. No name for his cat. This is the Wayward Shop. Or no, Wayward Stop. Why did I say shop? It's got cool towers all over the place too. Let's see, what does he got over here? This doesn't have a name, but it's like a guard tower. Very cool. It's like maybe, yeah, you can go all the way up. That's really cool. Yeah, my brother has like this nice medieval idea. So, yeah, as you can see with his pathways and everything. Over here, looks like we got a wheat storage. We got maybe a granary or something. We got his gate. You can see another one of my brother's bases. I have 3 brothers. We have the one that built the pyramid. We have Oddball who built this, and then we have Lucky Lock also in the comments that built that giant place over there, which we will go see. Looks like his wall kind of goes to a stop here. That's cool. We're gonna go down here. Another one of his horses, Night Fury. That's where Constantine goes. Inside here, he's got the keep. Very cool. Very cool. Buttons to get in. Show off his base. I think over this way is his supply room. Which I think... Oh, he was extending it. He was not wrong. Look at all that extension that he did in here. That's really cool. Yeah, he even has a staircase to go up. What is this? Oh, it says supply room. I really like his build design. It's fun to come and look and see what they've updated since I last was on too. That's always fun. I think this leads to the It's a staircase here. I hope I can get out of this place. Oh, what's over here? Looks like he hasn't done much work here. It leads to something. Ooh, does he have a spawner? Oh my goodness. Spider spawner. That's cool. Man, he has a close spawner. Oh, this leads deep into the caves. Okay. So this is an area that he hasn't fully fleshed out yet. Very cool nonetheless. Let's head back into his keep and hopefully find our way out of here. Because we got more to see. But anyways, he has a lot of winding halls. So hopefully I can get out of here. I think this leads to one of his towers. There's a chicken here. What the heck? This is like a tower out here. If I remember correctly, his base is this way. So I went down his pathway that went all the way. Man, that's a maze in there. Oh no, it's over here. Yeah, look at that. So he's got a big tower that lead like through the mountain leads over to here. Really cool. Yeah, we can get back to the wall here. Now let's take the wall across the river. And you could take the bridge. Actually, he has a really cool thing. I'm going to show the bridge. Got a big tree here. I like the tree in the courtyard. But on his bridge, he's got like a little boat dock down here. But right over here, you go into the water. See, he calls it the Yoslo River for me, because it was my my server. So really cool. Or my realms, I guess. This is a Minecraft realms, not a server. He also built some farms over here. Got his chickens, cows, and oh, I did not mean to grab all of those. Looks like over here he's got some llamas that he captured, and maybe some more horse stalls. It's pretty cool. Chickens, wayward. He's got some farms. I like he puts the wood slats over the water. That's pretty nice. So he can just walk through like this. He built this giant windmill. Pretty cool. It's got, yeah, makes sense. Got all his seeds and everything. I didn't even explore inside this last time. Yeah, flowers, sunflowers, all of that. So he's got it all here. Pretty exciting. Alright, that is one thing that is annoying about the Enderman. I wish... So you can't really have any, I don't think you can have any... what's it called? Add-ons or like mods. It would be nice to have those so that we could keep the Enderman from grabbing blocks. They are just so annoying with that. That's one issue. But anyways, we go outside his side gate over here, and let's head over to... He has a big sugarcane operation, which is pretty sick. And then over here we can go to Lucky Lock's base, which, as you can see, it looks like he started doing like a bamboo island, which is pretty cool. Get his bamboo, because he's using a lot. Got like a little like gargoyle or something, and then he's got like this glowstone mixed with black stone. I remember that was his kind of idea, is he wanted to do this giant like Colosseum-like place. And then inside... No, I hit it, I swear. Come on. There we go. Oh, I got another ender pearl. Nice. So, inside here, he's got, my brother had dragon heads. Oh no, where'd they go? I swear he had a dragon head up there. He might have put it away to keep it safe. He had some ender dragon heads up there. He's got, of course, some villagers, including all of these bottle of enchanting to level up. That's pretty sick. And then he, I think, oh, Netherwart. That's cool. That's something I'm looking in my realm. And then down here, he's got a giant cave that he's been trying to dig out. Alright, there's an ender pearl down there. I'm gonna go for it. And there's experience. Cool. Anyways, so yeah, he's been digging this out. Like, look at how far down this goes. It's a lot of pickaxes and XP and everything for the mending, which all of us mostly have mending at this point, which is cool. I'll sleep again, go to the next day. Got a few things to show here, and then we'll head back. Okay, that's that way, this way. So back this way, we have one person that started building some... No, not that. This way. Built a giant cathedral and a library over here. Or we're starting to build the cathedral and the library. It was looking pretty good. They even started building a pathway, it looks like, to get over here, and a bridge. Including another bridge over there, which is interesting. Yeah, giant cathedral, more bridges, and then a little house, or it looks like a stable for horses, and then we have a library. Looks pretty cool. I liked how it looked. There was a pretty cool inside, all the bookshelves and everything. And yeah, looks like maybe these are placeholders for more bookshelves. Just a lot of leather and a lot of pages. But then we got, yeah, I think I'm gonna elytra back towards my brother's base. Give you guys a little bit of a flyover. I think that would be cool. We got his giant base here, and then Oddball's base is going to be back here. A flyover is always needed with this kind of stuff. So cool. It's like a whole medieval village. This guy, I know this person up here really likes their miniature... oh, it looks like they got a miniature iron farm. They got some other types of farms here. It looks like they're here somewhere. Probably inside their house. Yeah, I can see their name there. But yeah, these like towering, what is that? Bamboo, sugarcane, and dripstone. Interesting. Hello. What is he up to? Oh my goodness. He's got some sort of macro that's keeping him logged in. He's just trying to farm stuff. I don't know if I should allow that kind of thing. He's got to have like millions of iron, yeah. We also have another iron farm somewhere else. Okay, I got to talk to him about that. I don't know if I want someone to just stay logged in all the time, just farming materials like that. Not my jam. I'm going to show some stuff over here. So this was that exit I went out over here. And over in this direction, one of my brothers, Locke, the one that built the giant Blackstone base. This was his first base. Out in... No. Out here in the middle of a lake. I loved this place. I thought it was a cool idea. He has all his food and stuff outside. And then you go in. He's got his bed. And then he even has, I think, a nether portal and an enchanting place in here, which is cool. I think it was like the first enchanting bed, or enchanting station table that we had. And then up here, he's got this guy, which has mending for 14 emerald. So always got, oh, and also name tags for 20, which is huge. I gotta tell him that, that one guy, because he wanted name tags. Alright, then we had one guy log in, and he started this build, and then he never logged back in. Got some rail carts, and like a little staircase, and then another portal. Kind of interesting. Also, I'm pretty sure it is that direction right there that goes to my base and all the other bases. Because I would have to come over the mountain, take a boat, get over there before we had the Elytras and everything. This was also our first village, which is now abandoned because they took all of the villagers for a place. I'm going to show one thing. I got a pathway up this hill. You can kind of see where I built the pathway. And this was one of the first treks I found, where I found the pale oak forest. I built this nice little bridge, and it also has dark oak here. And then I built a little outpost here in the trees before a jungle and more jungle. And yeah, pretty cool. Oh, I also had another buddy actually building a base over here. Let me see if I can see it. It should be around this corner. Yeah. He started to build his giant platform. And he's in the channel too, Brandelope. He'll comment sometimes and be in some League of Legends videos. But he was building this giant base out here. He's got a little hut down there, and then he'd come up here and he'd build and stuff. Pretty cool. I forgot that this guy, his base was over here. Alright, let's head back. If I go this way, it should show our horse arena right here, which I can show from the sky. Pretty cool. Yeah, then we're back at my little spawn area. And then we got this guy's base here. I never ended up showing this guy. This guy, he was a little trouble in our server. He would constantly steal items and say that he'd give them back, and he never did. And he's got his, I think there's another portal out here. Is it all the way down here? Crazy. Alright, let's see, check the nether. Well, this has been a 42-minute video so far. This is pretty exciting, though. He had part of his base inside the nether, I remember. I'm going to do a nether tour because we got a lot of stuff in here, but not yet. So let's head back out and let's check a couple more people's bases. I still haven't even showed First Fool's full base. So yeah, there was this guy's base. He kind of went for like a nether aesthetic, which was kind of cool. I liked it. And then you would take the pathway that I built and head over this way. Why? Thank you. What the heck? All of my things got messed up. So one day I had logged in, and I had just been walking along here, and I didn't, none of that stuff was built yet, but one of my buddies had just added First Fool, and I saw this, and I was like, this is new. So I was walking over to someone else's base, and I saw that his base was here, and this is his, so if that is east, northeast, southwest, okay, so the north entrance, which is his first entrance to his giant castle, also in the mountains. He's also got beacons now, but he's got walls upon walls where you can actually get up onto the walls and go search through his base now. But inside this was the first part of his base. You go down, and this is kind of his main hub. He'll have his 2 beacons here. He's got his own map of this like smaller area. Got some cool stuff. Lava, pretty exciting. It's pretty extensive all over the place. I'm not going to do a full search inside, but just know he's pretty extensive in there. I'm going to do a little bit of a sky view. Oh, come on. So he's got a way west entrance over here. And then inside of here is a happy gas down there. And then up here he's got some bigger builds, a giant crane going into the earth. Here, I'll walk through some of this. Looks like he's got like a little bit of like a Greek-style temple. Pretty cool. He can also run so fast here because of his beacons. I don't know what's in here. Looks like he just built a little building here. Some sugar cane. And then if we go down this way, like I said, you can go down into his base down there, which leads to his happy gas and stuff, which is cool. Another little build down here. Does he even have a door? Oh, it does. Over here. That's cool. Kind of a little tower of some kind. He kind of built all over, which is so sweet. I love all the staircases and the pathways to everything. And this is, as you can see, where the beacons go up from inside his base. Got some wells, which is interesting. And an enchanting station right here. It's pretty cool. Little blacksmith station. Man, I haven't seen all of these. Oopsies. Got ourselves a little building. He doesn't have all of them filled up with stuff, which is fine, but something interesting to say. Whoopsies. Then he's got his big house here, which you can explore from the inside. There's not much, but he's got some staircases at least to different levels. Oh man, yeah, so that's his base. And then over here was his east entrance that I showed last time. Was this direction towards the pyramid. Pretty exciting. One other thing that he built was up in the sky here. He built a creeper farming place up here. The reason he built it was so that we could get our gunpowder for our rockets, because we always need a lot of rockets with our elytras. And then down below, doesn't look like much, but then they built a volcano over here, which is pretty crazy. And then there's another mob spawner there. And I think it's this direction. I started building, with my beacon, a cleared out area for my Amazon warehouse is going to be over here. So pretty much from right here all the way to that wall was like this 15 block high mountain, and I have dug most of it out up to this point. I still got this whole area to do. But yeah, I'm starting to get it done. Also looks like there's some sugarcane over here. Interesting. But this is what my biggest project that I was doing recently, which I'd like to get back to eventually. Alright, let's go back this way. We got the person that was building that giant cathedral also built this first church, which is a pretty nice little church. With some blue glass windows. They also built a little house over here, which is a nice one. I think they said for this build specifically, I think they went off of a build path, which I like when people just, you know, they have fun and make a build, even if it's something that they saw online or something. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it helps your own creativity when you build other stuff later. And then over here, the first guy that had made Schwitzy, I think I mentioned him a little earlier in the video, made that farm. He built this little station here with all of his stuff. Not much to his name, but oh, stay in there. I want him to lose his llama. And then over here, not Dream the Minecraft YouTuber, but Hopeless Dream, one of our friends. This is his White House, I think is what he called it. And then this needs a little bit more work here. He was going to be changing that out. He's got his own little house and base here. Got some storage rooms and other areas, but down here is where all the magic happens. He has built a villager trading center. So we got some mending books in here. How much is this one? 32. So the other one is better on my brother's island. But this one is also here for mending. Pretty cool. You also have blacksmithing stuff for some village maps, which is cool. Which is really exciting. You can like buy this and then get a Woodland Explorer map and go and find one. We found one woodland mansion. And then First Fool, our the big base guy, he built this right here, which interesting. I want to see. I want to show you how this works once this is done. Hello? How can you walk away? There we go. So it goes into there. Now there's 12. Then you flip this to turn on the auto sorter. And it shoots things out there. And it goes up and then down into these sorters. Which, you can see there's iron there. And there's that there. Okay. Let's stop that. And then that goes, yeah, into our blocks here. Which we did used to have a lot more iron. But you do need, you're supposed to have a, I think you're supposed to have a, like, thing to keep this chunk generated all the time. Because whenever I leave here, it's not going to work anymore. But that's the idea. Pretty cool. Okay, we got one more last thing to see. Well, a couple more things to see. And that is our nether. So you've now seen everybody's bases outside. And let's go into the nether and see. My brother Locke did a lot of work on making a cool nether hub. And this was my first ever nether portal. It was right down here. And let's find out. This and this. Cool. Here we are. So he built nether brick passageways between each portal. So you can go to every person's base from every single spot here, which is super cool. There's even a fortress right here, which is pretty cool. There was like a fortress right near our entrance. Similar to in my 30-minute world. But yeah, up this staircase. So down below, back there's a pathway down where we farmed all our netherite. And then I have some pathways to other areas that I started doing, which I'll have to show in the future. But I made a pathway up here, and then some other people added packed ice pathways right here for the trek across. And so we have an ice pathway that could lead us as fast as far as we want. Now, I don't remember what's outside of this portal. How far is this one? Oh, there's a village out here. Okay, pretty cool. Go back in. So, I'm pretty sure the pathway does continue. Go here. Holy cow. He made this go really far. I think I farmed some stuff here. A little bit of slowdowns, which is cool. Man, he really made this go almost all the way. Oh my goodness. I'm just nervous. There's like, he didn't put a block at the end to stop this. Oh my goodness. Do you see how far I made? I wonder if he made this path even further. But I made a path that went very, very far. Excuse me, guys. You're in my way. Oh, come on. Alright, cool. Well, they hate me now. But whatever. They were in my path. Oh my goodness. We're 17... Oh gosh. It's taking so long to load now. It looks like there's like a wall at the end of this. I've never taken this the whole way. Unless I... No, I am the one that built it this. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's go past these guys. We're 2,000 blocks in one direction. Which gets us to here. Cool. I'm pretty sure I'm the one that made this path. I didn't make the ice part of it, but right here, right, because this leads a little bit further. This also leads down into some areas, but this is 2,300 blocks away. If I remember correctly, this is my desert portal. It should be the top of a mountain. Oh, no. It's close to the top of the mountain. I am so far away right now. To kind of show you an idea of how far... Oh, come on. We got reefs out here. This is one of our closest reefs. Our closest desert. It's just so far away. It's absolutely insane. And look at where I'm at. I am 18,000 blocks away. Pretty cool. But anyways, I'm going to do a enter/TP 01050. And now I'm home. I'm just doing that for ease of travel because I don't want to have to travel all the way back. But there is one more thing I wanted to show in the Nether. And this will be the last thing I show, and then we'll be all done. I don't remember the coordinates in the overworld, so I have to go through the Nether. But that'll be okay. The netherite on. And I'm not going to use the boat. I'm going to put the boat back in the chest for someone else. But it's nice he made that pathway that long to go all the way to the desert biome. I didn't know he made it all the way there. That is impressive. So, yeah, we're gonna open this chest. We're gonna put this boat, and there's also more wood to make more boats. So, this here, I don't remember what that was. Actually, that might be my my gold farm. Right here. The Hidden Oak Valley. Me and my brother Locke decided to go far away, and we found our way back in the Nether. Man, the Nether looks crazy. I love it. Okay, let's go through. This is the last place I'll show you guys. This is our Hidden Oak Valley, which we made out here. We got the House of Black and White, and we have my little, this is what Locke built, and then this is what I built. A little, nice little hut. Not much in it, but it's kind of cozy. Be perfect. Oh, the bed floats. Not what I want. But very cool. Very cool. We also have our old boxes here from when we were first bringing over supplies. We have more that we wanted to build. But this is like this little tiny valley in between the pale oak forest and then a dark oak forest. And we kind of completely excavated out this area. I mean, it was already deep down here, but we got rid of all the trees to a certain extent. And then we started building some stuff. I thought it was really cool. So yeah, and then this is like, yeah, this is 1,000. This 1,200 by 1,800 is 3,000 blocks away from spawn. But yeah, pretty cool. And yeah, so anyways, everybody, thank you for stopping by. And I would love to show more in that world. But next up, I'm going to be recording my day 20 of my series. That'll be a little bit later today. But thank you for being here. About an hour long. That was really fun. I wanted to show my forever world, and there it is. Until next time, everybody. See you in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed this. Leave some comments of what your favorite builds were. Make sure to like, and be sure to keep notifications on if I ever stream and I'm in that world. Because I won't stream ever in my 30-minute world, but I might stream in my Ellisguard realms. So until next time, everybody. See ya!